Jonathan, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with me today. I want to start with the fundamentals. Uber operates an open marketplace. Can you walk me through that?
Absolutely. An open marketplace means just that. It's open to everybody who wants to make a living. You can drive whenever you want, wherever you want, and however you want. We offer broad access to work, and we expand access to mobility for riders. The freedom and flexibility that this affords is hard to understand until you actually try it. In a typical 9-to-5 job, you can't just come and go as you please.
All of that flexibility sounds really great, but I think a lot of people are worried about having too many drivers and that meaning low wages.
Uber wants every driver to earn as much as they can, but earnings are also tied to the marketplace. It's not as simple as raising rates.
Why isn't it just as simple as raising rates?
We've raised rates in the past, and we've seen two things happen. The first effect is on the rider side. Higher rates means fewer people request rides. That's not good for drivers. Secondly, anybody who has a license and passes a background screening can be a driver. So as soon as we raised rates, more drivers join the network.
So even more drivers join the network, what does that mean?
More drivers results in fewer riders per driver, and that negatively affects earnings.
Why not just limit the number of drivers?
Well, if we were to restrict access to drivers, we would not have an open marketplace anymore. It would violate the principle of expanding access. The other thing that it would do is that because there would be fewer drivers for any number of riders, it would increase the amount of surge pricing. Ultimately, it would make Uber more expensive for its riders.
Won't you have times anyway when the number of drivers is higher compared to the number of riders?
We are in an open marketplace, so earnings are always going to be a function of market demand. If you drive on a Friday night, for example, there will be lots of demand and lots of earnings potential. But if you drive in a comparatively slower time, like the middle of a weekday, for example, your earnings potential is going to be lower.
I understand, but it just sounds like Uber is saying to drivers, sorry, you're at the mercy of the marketplace.
You should really talk to Jenna, who's working on a lot of our efforts to help build technology to better balance our marketplace.
Hey, Jenna.
Hey, Katherine.
Hey, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So I was just talking to Jonathan, and he was saying that driver earnings are a function of demand. Can you tell me more about that?
Jonathan's right. The more rider demand, the more earnings opportunities for drivers. But that's where Uber can help. Looks like our ride's here.
Hi, Jenna.
Hey, Christopher.
Yes, come on in. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good.
So, Christopher, Jenna here works for Uber, and we were just chatting about how Uber can increase demand so that drivers can earn more.
That sounds good to me.
So we're always trying to increase earnings opportunities for drivers by increasing rider demand. We do this through things like rider discounts or products like Uber Pool that attract more riders based on its affordability. More riders means more opportunities to earn for drivers.
So, Christopher, Uber's an open marketplace. How did you get stuck driving on Saturday?
I didn't get stuck. I'm going back to school, and so during the week, I'm busy with schoolwork. So I can open an Uber app wherever I am and drive around the city. Plus, on Saturdays, you can make more money.
We want drivers like Christopher to be able to plan ahead of time. So we give them information in the app that helps them decide when and where to drive based on past trends. It'll usually be times like commute hours or around events. We can't actually control earnings, but we can help drivers understand when and where to drive to make the most of their time on the road. And when drivers are earning on the platform, more drivers will want to drive. That's how an open marketplace works best.
Supporting an open marketplace for riders and drivers, that's what moves us.